Hey guys, hopefully you can see me because I'm outside and it's bright, and I had to figure out a way to put the phone up so you can see me. Okay, so look. Alright, so many of you guys have children that are like 3 to 5 years old, even up to 6 years old. And, sorry, someone's mowing in the background. Essential oils, I'm telling you, they're wonderful. My son is ADHD and ASD. He's high functioning on the spectrum, very high functioning. I'm very blessed. We're very blessed with that. Not complaining. But as you know, many children with autism or sensory processing disorder, which is also known as SPD, children with ADHD, children with ODD, a lot of children with ADHD, it's not just ADHD, it's always seems to be coupled with something else. So you might have a child that's ADHD/ODD or ADHD/ASD or ADHD/SPD. Now the difference between the SPD and the ASD is the SPD is just sensory processing disorder, whereas the ASD is autism spectrum disorder, and the two are very different. Okay, so with all that said, I have a sleepy time blend that I came up with, and I use plant therapy only because the Synergies that they made for kids safe oils are already 2% diluted, which helps me out when I do my homemade roller bottles. And also they're organic. You can get the non-organic. They also sell the organic. I always get the organic. I'm just really funny about everything being organic. My family picks on me all the time, and you can too if you want. So anyway, they have this really cool oil. It's called, nope, that's not the right one. Psych. It's called the Nighty. Okay, and they sell this in the organic and they sell it in the regular. I'm expecting a friend over here in just a minute. Okay, so in this oil, just so you know, it's really great because it's got instructions on here for you about what to do with it, and you can dilute it 3 to 6 drops in 1 teaspoon of carrier oil, which is basically what we're going to do, except for we're going to put it in a roller bottle. Okay, so that's going to be the difference there. And once you do that, you'll apply it to the chest. I usually do it right here, in the back of the neck. If your child is has sensory disorder or they're on the spectrum, I will tell you you may or may not be able to put it behind their ears. Now, my son doesn't like his ears touched. Sometimes he'll let me put it behind his ears, but most of the time he doesn't. So why make them do it if they don't like it, right? There's other ways you can put on this oil. Chest, right at the base of the neck, okay? And then a little bit on the temples, and then a line down the spine. Now, there's a lot of conflict on the feet, whether it truly works or not, but my husband believes in it, and so that's fine. So we do a little drop, and we kind of massage it in on each of his big toes, okay? And we're done. I'm telling you, it works every time. Puts my son right to sleep. So I'm actually making a roller bottle for my friend, and I want you to see how this works. Now, on the roller bottles, I got these from Amazon. It was pretty cheap. They also sell them at Plant Therapy. If you are with Young Living, or if you're with another MLM company, that's great. They sell their own roller bottles as well. I could care less what brand you use. Just be careful with what you're buying, especially if it's pre-blended. A lot of pre-blended oils you have to severely be careful with, because there's certain oils that you should not give young children because it can cause them a hard time to breathe, and it can cause other issues. Frankincense actually is one. The blend that is in Thieves, do not diffuse thieves if you have a child under the age of 6. Just don't. Simple lavender and lemon will help with the germs in your house. Now, if you're with plant therapy, you can use the what is it called? The germ destroyer, which is right here. This has all safe oils in it for children under 6. Okay, I'm just saying, you got to be careful. Oils are not something to take lightly. It's just like taking a prescription medicine. You've got to be careful. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and my son, this is really great, the Nighty Night blend, but I like to mix a little other oils in with it, just because I find that my son, if I just use this, it still works, but it doesn't work as well. But let me let you know what's in this, okay, in case you're wondering. No, it's called Nighty Night. There's lavender, marjoram, mandarin, cedarwood, also patchouli, sage, clary sage, chamomile, which is very, very calming, and blue tansy. This is great. It really is. But I add a little bit of Vivitar, and because my son, and now you have to be careful with citrus oils, because some kids on the sensory spectrum can't stand the citrus smell, but my son loves it. Also, if you have a son that is or a daughter that is sensitive to lavender, in ADHD children and some autistic children, sometimes lavender can cause them to get excited and rev them up instead of make them sleep. If that's the case, that's fine. Don't use the Nighty Night. You can simply use other oils. Here's a good one you can use. It's Vivitar, cedarwood, either orange or tangerine. Those 3 oils together in your carrier oil, exactly the same drops that I'm doing here, but just with those 3 oils, get your kid right to sleep, promise you, okay? Lavender does not affect my son that way though, thankfully, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this. All right, so I've got a pump. Now, I personally, this is just all natural almond oil, and it's a carrier oil. I also like Java oil. I like the Java oil better, or the I can't say it, y'all. Y'all gonna pick on me. It's okay. Anyway, I like that oil better because it more resembles the skin, feels more like the skin, and it absorbs in the skin more naturally. But I'm all out, so we're using almond oil. First of all, I gotta make sure this thing is on. Okay, so I'm gonna fill this about 2/3 of the way up. Okay. Gotta be an easier way to do this. I have funnels, but I left them inside and I don't feel like going to get them. Two-thirds. Okay, that looks good. All right. So 2/3 of the way up. And then I'm gonna do my Nighty Night, and I'm doing 10 drops of this. Okay. I'm doing 3 drops of the tangerine. And I'm going to shake this real quick to blend it real quick, and then I'm going to finish it up. Okay, to get the roller bottle off, go ahead and show this to you. If you just take the cap and you put it on the side like this, it pops right off. Okay. Now I'm going to put 5 more drops of the Nighty Night. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of this bottle up with carrier oil. Okay. And it's not very much left. There we go. You don't want to get it all the way to this point, because if you do, you can't, the oil's not going to blend well. You've got to be able to shake it. All right. Now, you're going to shake it real good. I got oil all over my hands. Shake it as much as you can. Okay, now, that shook pretty good. Now, you want this, you don't want to use this on your child right away. You want the oil to blend with the essential oils, okay? So, you don't want to use this for a good 5 hours. Now, I will tell you, usually when I make a roller bottle like this, I won't use it until the next day, but it's up to you. You can use it after 5 or 6 hours and you're good, okay? Or you can wait and use it the next day. So that's all you got to do. If you have a child under the age of 3, make sure you contact an aromatherapist or a certified aromatherapist before you put oils on your child. There's plenty of Facebook groups that have certified aromatherapists, and they'll give you advice for free. When you have a child that's very, very young, especially a child that's 2 and under, you have to be very careful with oils, and you have to use very, very little oil, and never, never, never use anything on a child neat. Now, what's neat? N-E-A-T. What that means is you're literally taking oil from a bottle, putting it on your finger, or you have a roller bottle, and you're putting it straight on you without no other carrier oil with it. That's what neat means. Do not, do not, do not, do not, do not. I cannot stress enough. Do not do that. Okay? It can cause skin irritations. You don't know if your child's going to have an allergic reaction. You just do not do it. For a very young child under the age of 2, the only thing I would ever use on a child that young is maybe some lavender oil with, and I would make it 0.5%, not even 1%, 0.5% of lavender oil with a carrier oil per teaspoon, okay? Because you do not want to put too much oil on your youngin'. They're too young to put a whole lot of oil on them. But for 3 to 6 years old, this right here is perfect. It is, it's under 5%, it's 2%, okay? And it's safe, and none of the dangerous oils for a child is in here. Here's some of the other oils to stay away from if your child is under the age of 6. Stay away from, I already mentioned thieves, because it's got some oils in it that shouldn't be used on a child. One of them is cinnamon bark. It's a hot oil. A lot of children's skin are just too sensitive for that. Okay. It's also got also another oil that you need to stay away from is peppermint. Peppermint can be pretty dangerous, especially with an infant. If you're diffusing it in the house or in the home, it can cause them to stop breathing. So no peppermint, no cinnamon bark. No eucalyptus. Eucalyptus does the same thing as peppermint. It can cause a young baby, young toddler to stop breathing. So no eucalyptus. And oh, frankincense. Do not use frankincense on a child that's under the age of 3. So those are the oils to stay away from. If you have any questions about any of this, please, 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 especially if you're a parent with a special needs child, and I hate the word special needs. I like to call them extra. If you are a parent of an extra child that has an extra special personality, you can get a hold of me and ask me anything you want through my Facebook group page. All you have to do is just put extra parents group, and it should pop right up. Okay. Also, there's, like I said, if you just put in essential oils in the search box, you'll have all kinds of different groups available to you to join. Definitely make sure you get educated on applying essential oils before you put anything on your child, and even diffusing anything in the house. That's all I have. You have a great weekend. Be blessed.